Well, last night I brought you a story of Viktor Gyökeres' agent, Hassan, and it's really going on and 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 on. Please, things are not really okay because we never knew some secrets, not until the president of Sporting Lisbon came out and obviously said what he said. And guess who first responded to him? It was none other than the player of Sporting Lisbon, Viktor Gyökeres, and that's the story I brought to you last night. You understand? And this afternoon, I'm coming up with a reply of the agent of who? Of Viktor Gyökeres into the mix. Now, what other Cold War do you want? This is the best Cold War because words are really crossing from this side to the other side. And one thing I think the president of Sporting Lisbon is going to hit to know is that it doesn't really hold water for him to obviously fire back because he knows to it that at the end of it all, he'll be the man to lose out totally. So that's what we're really having in here onto the Rokani media football. And maybe we might do something of Gabriel Veiga if at all time really allows us to obviously do the needful. But we are here for 10 minutes and please continue to subscribe because we want to hit the magic number of 26,000 and we are left with like 180 subscribers to hit that milestone. So guys, where did we start from? The agent of Viktor Gyökeres coming out and obviously saying the following after the president said there was no gentleman agreement. All what we agreed on is 80 million euros. Now, the agent took to the media to Sport Bladet and told us that Hassan Setinkaya, the agent of Sporting Lisbon striker Viktor Gyökeres, says that he has a written evidence of promise made by the club to allow Gyökeres to leave for 60 plus 10 million euros. Have you heard that? Have you heard that? That the agent has a written document, that they should sell the player at 60 plus 10 million euros. That is it. Come this summer. So, he's coming with evidence. That's the most important bit of it all. And I was really very, very shocked that if they really had a meeting way back in the summer and they had a gentleman's agreement, the manager never came, the agent of Viktor Gyökeres never called in for a written contract. You understand? And this is really very, very, very important into this deal because if they've gone ahead obviously have a written document, then the president is gonna will look as a dimwit at the end of it all. I tell you, the president will look as a dimwit at the end of it all because as it stands, the president of Sporting Lisbon is really losing everything. If the document is there, as the agent of Viktor Gyökeres really claims, then it's really going to be one of the hardest times for the president of Sporting Lisbon. And in that document, there is another clause that the agent has gone ahead to obviously let us to the public domain, that Viktor Gyökeres' agent, Hassan Setinkaya, has an exclusive mandate to sell his client. If Sporting Lisbon don't accept to sell Viktor Gyökeres at the fixed 60 million euros fee, they have to pay Setinkaya 10% of the amount. Now, this is what is in the clause. If Sporting Lisbon don't sell Viktor Gyökeres for 60 million euros because they are insisting to get more, there is a clause that the agent gets 10% of the amount of money that they would have gone ahead to sell the client. You understand? So, more details are really emerging, and I'm really loving this because we've been so much kept in the dark, and finally illumination has showcased, and this is how we are really getting illuminated about this deal. And I love everything I'm really hearing about this deal because a lot has been happening from different people, but it shows you how Fabrizio Romano and David Austin, Sam McBall were right way back in March when they said that the player can leave the club for 60 million euros plus 10 million euros of add-ons. That is it. You understand? So let no one come here and lie to you that they are really lying, because some people came out and said even the deal of Martin Zubimendi, he sounded a here we go. David Austin put out a story. Sammy McBell that personal terms are going to have to get agreed in January. And they're like, you see, we always told you these people are liars. But finally, we gotten to know that Zubimendi is coming to Arsenal. You understand? He's coming to Arsenal. So even for this one, Fabrizio Romano, David Austin, Sammy McBell got it right at the start. Now, the agent has opened, the agent his reply, and Gyökeres his reply, has opened up what we call a cold war for Viktor for this deal. And looks like things are no longer at ease. That is it. Let's not lie to one another that things are really at ease. Things are no longer at ease. Let's be realistic, because if they were at ease, wouldn't have gone ahead to see this exchange of words from the president to Gyökeres. Gyökeres fires back, and when Gyökeres fires back, the agent also went ahead to fire back to the president that even has written evidence. And you ask yourself, what is the intention of the president of Sporting Lisbon for coming out loud to really speak about this deal that he knows there is even written evidence that was taken by the agent? I don't know why. All else is like, I'm gonna sell this player at 80 million euros, I still believe, and teams will offer me that money, and I won't even get you the 10%, because all what you have in the clause is simple. If you don't sell my player because you're really trying to exaggerate the fee, then he won't really get. If you don't sell my player because you're exaggerating the fee, then we will find ourselves in a position of you getting me back my agent. Meaning that his agent fees might be 6 million euros for getting this deal done and dusted. You understand? So all else really has a 10% sell for a client. And we've gone ahead to see this formula used a lot by the late Mino Raiola. Mino Raiola sold very many players, and he really got a lot of money. When he got Paul Pogba from Manchester United, took him to Juventus on a free, he told Juventus that you are selling this player for 45 million euros, right? And for that, I think 45 million pounds. And for the rest of the money that I add in, it all goes to me. And he sold Paul Pogba for 89 million pounds, meaning that he got the same amount of money like Juventus got. The same applies to Erling Haaland. When he was leaving the side of Borussia Dortmund, he had a release clause, I think, of 65 million euros. But ask yourself, how much money Man City paid for Erling Haaland? Rumors had is that they even paid 150, meaning that he took away close to 60-70 million euros from that deal. You understand? That's what he did with Zlatan Ibrahimovic and most of his clients. That's what he does. So when you look at this deal of a player called Viktor Gyökeres, looks like the agent also has some money when this player really gets sold. And the longer it takes without the player getting sold, who loses? It's none other than the agent and the player, because years are really moving. He's 27. He can't be in the Portuguese league again this season until he clocks 28. 27, any club can obviously go out and really buy you out, because they know you can play 27, 28, 29, 30th, 31st, like for 4 years at your top level. And if you manage your body very well, you can even get 7 seasons in there at that particular club. Even the resale value can obviously be there, because if at all you're scoring in goals, you can even clock 30, and you've gone ahead to turn into a goal machine. And teams might come in through for like 100 million pounds, as the Saudi did with Bruno Fernandes. Man United was like, you are going nowhere. So that's what we had for you in here on to Gyökeres to Arsenal transfer cold war. You know, the words are really crossing sides from Portugal to where the agent is, to Sweden, where Viktor Gyökeres is really having his holidays. So please, what are your thoughts about Gyökeres to Arsenal cold war on, who do you think is right and who do you think is wrong? And do you think the agent is doing right to spill the beans? All else, you think the president was the problem, because the president came up and obviously let this out of the bag. So guys, thank you very much for watching in through. First video of the day. In the next 2 hours, we're obviously going to be coming to really give you more updates about this, because more stories are developing about Viktor Gyökeres, and I know you are gonna enjoy these big stories. And please endeavor to keep in touch with me. Continue to subscribe because we want to hit 26,000 subscribers, and our target, 30,000 subscribers in this summer. Bye-bye.